New Secretary of State John Kerry has arrived in Geneva. He's joining these nuclear talks with Iran and raising deep concern in Israel, which says it, quote, totally opposes a possible deal. And Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister, has big problems with this.
Iran got the deal of the century, and the international community got a bad deal. This is a very bad deal. Israel is not obliged by this agreement.
Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters is a Fox News strategic analyst and a Fox News military analyst. Sir, good day to you. The report is that Iran will be offered temporary relief from these sanctions if it freezes nuclear enrichment. If you can prove that, what do you think? Is Netanyahu right?
Yes. Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel's prime minister, is 100% right. This is an idiotic deal. The Iranians, based on the details we know thus far, Bill, the Iranians give up nothing. They destroy no centrifuges. They reverse no processes. They take a very brief timeout while we loosen sanctions enough to rescue their collapsing economy.
Well, why would we do that?
Sanctions have been working, and we're going to throw it away.
Why would we do that?
Well, several reasons. One, believe it or not, there's a tie-in to Obamacare. The administration is reeling so badly from that rollout disaster, they need a win. And this is something they can present as a win to the American people. See, peace in our time, even though it's a really, really bad deal. Again, these sanctions have been working. Why back off now? Now, yes, of course, peace is better than war. But this isn't going to bring peace. This buys the Iranians time. It's just so sad because the Obama administration's foreign policy is always the same. They promise you a Ferrari and they deliver a bicycle with 2 flat tires.
Well, you got to verify this if it goes forward. You know that, right?
And how do you do that?
I don't know how you do that, but you say we're in the driver's seat because the sanctions are working. Okay, now Iran's going to find a way to work this to their advantage, and we'll see what happens there. But, I mean, you believe they are better negotiators than we are.
They're vastly better,
so?
more sophisticated, tougher. Well, look at what's going to happen today. I mean, it's plain as day. The Iranians have been holding out on a few last sticking points before closing the deal. Why? Because they know that once Secretary of State Kerry, as well as Foreign Minister Labuse of France and maybe Westerwelle from Germany, once they're in Geneva, those guys don't want to leave without a deal. They don't want to be embarrassed. So we're going to cave on the last sticking points. I mean, the Iranians are ethnically Persian, the majority of Iranians. The Persians invented chess. Our diplomats play checkers.
Wow. So this will go through based on what we're seeing.
Yes.
And then what?
Well, then what? Then the Iranian economy gets the much-needed shot of adrenaline. We're not going to relax all the sanctions. They're not all going to go away. But key financial sanctions it appears that they will be loosened. And again, Iran's economy is in near collapse. They need help. We are in the driver's seat, and yet we're letting the Iranians steer. It makes no strategic sense.
Listen, the verification is a really important aspect of this, so we'll pay attention very closely to the details when we get them out of Geneva, if indeed this goes forward. Thank you, Ralph.
And meanwhile, we've abandoned Israel.
Wow. Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters.